Right now?
I'm live.
I'm live?
I'm live right now. .com.
Right now?
Right
I'm
now.
live? I'm
Talk?
live? Hello?
You're good. Okay.
I'm good? I'm live?
You're live?
Right now?
You're live right now.com?
I'm on the internet right now?
Yep. How does
I
that
don't want to
feel?
be up. No. Take me off.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye.
Am I off?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm not live anymore.
No, you're live.
No, but I don't want to be on the internet anymore.
You're not. See, you're. I took you off. See, you're gone.
You took me out?
Yep, took you out. Fucker.
I'm dead?
Yep.
No,
That's the way it goes.
I guess I'm dead. That is the way it goes. Twitch is a hard platform to be alive on.
That's true. It really is.
Big True, Big Shmoo, Big Lou, the guy who lives under my shoe.
Big Squee. Big D. The guy with the big D.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bar?
Bar?
It's a bar.
That's a bar.
It's a rap bar. That is a certified rap bar.
Yep.
Lee, P, Tiny Squee, tiny man living under the tree.
Yep.
Hit me on the swollen knee. Then I fucking scream.
Oh, bar.
That's a bar. That's a bar. Okay, your turn.
Funny guy.
Yeah.
Tiny guy. He's a guy.
Yeah.
Tiny guy.
Ooh.
Bar.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's a bar.
Ooh.
That's a bar. That's a bar. Okay. Tiny ant. Tiny rant. Elephant. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
That's a bar.
Bar.
That's a bar.
And Veeb to. What the fuck did I. Envupter.
You envuptered? Okay. Google, activate envupter.
Okay, Google.
Overclock all my envupter cores to 3 times their regular speed. Undertale. 3. Please look forward to it.
Undertale. Bundertale. Gonna get my tiny scale. I'm a lizard.
Oof.
I'm a wizard. Gonna get a tiny blizzard. Got frostbite. Tiny muskite. I am a Swiss man.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I like it.
Now you go.
Undertale. Dundertale. I'm gonna grab my Gundertail. Shoot you like a tiny whale.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot you. Ooh, that's a bar. That's a bar.
That's a bar. I'm barring right now.
That's a bar. I'm barring.
I'm barring.
I've been barred from the courtroom. They won't let me back in. Whew. Can you flip me on OBS so I face the other way?
Sure. Why would you want that?
I want to look at you. Go on then.
It's kind of gay. Wait, it doesn't let me.
You can't flip me horizontally?
It doesn't. Can you see this? No, it doesn't let me.
It should let you.
Right? I've done it with like PNGs before.
You should be able to do it.
Oh, I can't do it on anything. What?
You have to right click the source and then
No, I know how
transform.
to do it. Thank you for mansplaining that to me. It just doesn't work. Yeah, it's grayed out.
That's weird.
Yeah, I know. I've done it before.
I believe you.
Huh.
I'm not calling you a liar.
So you're mansplaining to me.
I'm not a man, I'm a raccoon.
My god. Why am I squinting? I do not want to squint. I do not wish to squint, please.
Squinty.
Oh wait, it's 5 minutes. Okay, we can start now.
You can start now. I'm live?
You're live right now?
I'm live? I'm on the internet?
You're live on the internet right now?
Okay, I'm live.
Okay, you're live.
I'm on the internet.
You're on the internet? Okay, alright.
Okay.
You're on the internet right now?
We're not gonna figure out why I can't be flipped?
Oh, do you want to do that? I mean, sure if you want, but like that could take a million years and it honestly doesn't matter.
I'm gonna be looking over here the entire time then.
Okay, well, in that case, you figure out why you can't be flipped.
Well, I can't see the OBS.
Well, it's grayed out. That's as much as I can tell you. Wait, but you can. I'm sharing with you.
I can't. I'm just seeing the top part of OBS where like the preview is.
I'm sending you a screenshot.
Yeah.
Here you go. I'm thinking it might have to do with Discord sharing.
Probably.
Alright, I'm gonna stop that. I'm gonna try to flip you. Still doesn't work. So that's where we're at right now.
Because you have it locked?
Could be, perhaps. Might be, yes. This is
Yeah, you can't.
this
you
might
can't transform
this
it
is
if
the
it's locked.
problem. This is the problem.
Yeah.
We have figured it out. You're right. You're right. I'm going to flip you on the other one now. Okay?
Okay. Alright. I'm live?
I'm flipping you right now. And
flip.
you have been flipped. Okay, now I'm going to go back into sharing my screen so you can see it. Can you see yourself
Right now?
right now?
I'm live?
You're live?
No.
Okay.
A gun?
One gun? No, it should work. Yeah, I can see
yeah.
my own stream, so.
I am. I'm live.
Okay, alright, ready to start?
Yeah, I guess we don't really have any other choice, do we?
No, I mean, I could also turn it off, really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, should we do that?
No.
What do you mean no? I need to turn this music up. Okay, that's better. It's pissing me
Yeah,
off.
turn it off.
Okay, goodbye music. Oh, the stream? Okay, bye stream. Thanks everyone.
Yeah, turn the stream.
Thanks
Just go ahead and
everyone
turn
for
it on.
hanging out. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thanks. Okay, bye.
I hope you liked the first episode. Bye.
It was great. Thanks. We talked about Shang-Chi. It was...
We talked all about it. If you don't know everything about the movie and who made it, you're going to fail the test that's coming up next stream.
Who made
So
it?
You're looking really stupid, aren't you?
Who's the director?
Well, you're not going to pass the test then.
I don't... Oh no.
You weren't listening, were you? We talked about it the whole time.
Oh god. Hi, Fates. Hello.
Hi, Fades.
Alright, ready to introduce?
Yeah, we can go.
Whoa.
Am I in?
We're in. There
Whoa.
it is. Here's the podcast.
Here we are.
Hi, Doodle.
Is that me?
How are you guys?
Hi, Doodle.
Hey.
Am I live?
You can fucking... You can see...
Do you wanna introduce?
Alright, hey, what's up,
wanna-
you guys? This is okay. So basically, the podcast, the first episode, featuring Shang-Chi. We actually have him in the studio right now. Can you come over,
yeah?
Shang-Chi? Ah, there he is. Alright, cool. He says no.
Hello, it's me, Shang-Chi.
So,
That was him. That was Shang-Chi.
yeah. Your team Apple Juice? What the fuck? Oh, hi, Kuro.
Let's go. Hi, Kuro.
Thank you for the raid. I have to thank for the raid, Bebop. Thank you very
Go
much.
ahead.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Today is the first episode of Okay, So Basically, which is the podcast that we are currently on. The podcast of the Okay, So Basically. I hope you enjoy. I hope you like the background. I hope you like the gun. I hope you like, pick sides, though. Thank you for a host, Cabal. Orange juice
Yeah,
or apple
pick
juice?
sides. You can't be in the middle. You pick one side or else, or you're out. You're banned.
Yep.
But yeah, we're just gonna talk about Shang-Chi, and in general on the podcast we just talk about whatever we watched or played or listened to. Pretty much the whole what would you call it?
Shebang.
The whole no, not what I was gonna say, but yeah. Any form of media basically that you can talk about, we will maybe talk about if we care or don't.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll
Hi,
start with
Panda.
just
Hi, Anita.
hello everyone.
Hi, everyone.
We'll just talk about Shang-Chi. Do you want to tell people about your history with Marvel in general and then Marvel movies?
Yeah, okay. So basically, what I know about Marvel movies is that I always got dragged to them by Anita. Zeri is Rito in the chat. That's Anita. That's my friend. And she would always take me to see some Marvel movies. So I've seen like some. I've seen. What have I seen? I don't even know.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Yeah, I've seen Doctor Strange. I've seen Spider-Man: Homecoming. That one we saw in the Netherlands. And
Lizard Man Returns. You saw that one, right?
Yeah, Lizard Man Returns. That one was actually really good. That's the one that I really liked. And then I've seen no Marvel. Yeah, you're not missing anything. So as you can see, I'm not a huge Marvel fan. I don't like superheroes that much in general, to be honest. So Marvel is already on thin ice with me. But they can be they have really good production value, so even though Anita would tell me like, oh, let's go see it, and I wasn't super interested in the plot, I liked watching the cool effects and stuff. But I'm not a huge fan of Marvel movies in general. So that's about my history. I've seen about maybe 5 Marvel movies in my life, just about, maybe 6. I'm not sure. I don't have the list and I have a bad memory.
For me, I like comic books a lot, and I don't really like the Marvel movies at all. But to be fair, I think I've seen maybe 2 or 3. I think I watched the original Iron Man, and I didn't like it. And then I came back, and I think I watched Civil War, and I didn't like it. And then we watched Shang-Chi, and I'll tell you how I felt about it. But the point is, neither of us really like Marvel movies very much. We don't go to see them very often. So this was kind of a spur of the moment decision to go watch this movie. And it was largely influenced by the fact that we were told we could see it in 4DX, which is not just 3D and not just 4D, but there's also an X.
Mm.
So put up the graphic for 4DX.
There it is.
So this is not for Shang-Chi, this is for Sonic the Hedgehog, but I couldn't find one for anything else, so this is our only reference point. But I don't know if you can see, but there's a lot of different little symbols there. Those are all the things that 40X can do.
I feel like
so
we only got 4 of those.
No, we got all of them.
Wait,
but the top
what?
ones are like, yeah, the top ones are movement, and like they kind of cheated. That's like movement in all the different directions. So like 6 of those are kind of redundant.
Yeah.
And then there's like the 3 lines. I think that's someone screaming.
1 second. I just want to thank for the raid. Hello, Swampy Arana. Thank you very much for the raid. Well, we're talking about Shang-Chi. So for anyone who doesn't want any spoilers, be aware.
Oh, yeah.
And thank
it's gonna be Shang-Chi spoilers.
Yeah, thank you for the follows, Swampy, and annoying
thank you for
feature.
The follows and raids.
All right, go on. Sorry to interrupt you.
So you're fine. The 3 lines I think are like scream action. I think it's just like loud, maybe.
Scream action? It screams really loud into your ear? I like it.
There were parts that were pretty loud, so that makes sense. There's a water drop because it can spit water on you in your face.
Tested.
And then, what the fuck is the one next to that?
The which one? The one with the
umbrella?
I have no clue. That's like, I don't know, a rat sneeze?
Okay, a rat can sneeze on top of your head, and then there's a flower. So this one is smell, and I didn't realize it while we were in the movie. because they only pumped out one smell and it smelled like generic air freshener. I
Wait,
thought they were just trying to make the movie theater smell nice.
there was smell? I couldn't tell.
Yeah, it was one smell,
Oh.
but it had nothing to do with the movie. It was just generic smell good.
Oh.
So
Oh,
we got scammed. If you went to see Sonic, it probably smelled like his feet or something. So we got really ripped off on that part.
Oh my fucking god, I want that. I want Sonic
Yeah, and then
feet smell.
what are the important ones? I don't know what the wavy lines are.
Wait, what the fuck is the lightning bolt? You get fucking zapped?
It zapped you. You didn't get zapped?
No?
You didn't get hit by the lightning bolt that was in there?
You walked out alive? Not electrocuted?
That's crazy.
Huh?
All of us got hit by the lightning bolt. That's weird. You
Except
must have
for
missed
me?
you. And then there's another rain cloud. So it can also rain on you on top of the rat sneeze on top of your head. And then I think the last one is mist. I think that one is fog.
Okay.
Which is important to remember. Remember that one.
Wait, we didn't get
Listen to
fog,
me.
did we?
Remember the fog.
I don't remember the fog.
We got fog.
Wait. Was it that
We got
one?
a lot of fog.
Was it that
Yes.
one? That was fog.
Yes. Yes.
Wait, the theater wasn't
Remember
foggy though.
It ran out.
Oh. Hey,
We'll come to that
was a
eventually.
doozy. Also, just a quick thing. I'm really sorry. I think it's a bit obvious since I'm with Bebop, but I can't really, talk to chat as much. But I am reading all of your messages. So, yes. I'm sorry if I don't talk that much.
We can break for chat every now and then.
Okay, thank you.
You want to catch up on chat right now? Because that's pretty much it for this image. I just wanted to set up what 4DX is.
Do you have a chat open? So you can read it
Let me
too?
pop it out. Yeah. But you can start reading it and I'll pop it out.
Okay. That's what I was missing from the theater, getting sneezed on my goddamn chair. Yeah. Getting sneezed on is a big part of the 4DX experience, not gonna lie. You're gonna
That's
hear
like half of it.
Yeah, that's like half of it. Yeah, you're gonna hear all about it. Too strong for the zap? I am. Have you seen these muscles? What's happening on screen? Fog is rolling in. Ooh, it was an experience. It really was. I love it when I cannot see the movie anymore thanks to the fog. I wish they hadn't ran out of fog so I couldn't even see the movie and I could just hear like, Shang-Chi, you are the savior. That would have been epic, huh?
Alright. So get rid of the Sonic picture. I want to see Shang-Chi again.
Hello, Shang-Chi. So this is going to be full of spoilers, by the way. Just saying that right now. So for anyone who actually does care about the movie and hasn't seen it yet, it is probably time for you to just leave or mute the stream or something. So I don't want to. So you don't get spoiled.
Yeah. If you want to mute the stream and then keep an eye out for like a monkey video to show up in the middle or something, that'll be your cue to unmute and listen until the monkey video is gone or whatever is in the middle.
Yeah,
but we're probably gonna recap like the entire movie more or less. Hare fell asleep during parts of it, so
I was
maybe
really
we'll
tired.
skip some parts.
I was really tired. Nice chimp slap, thank you.
Oh, nice chimp slap. What if I
right on you
do that? Double chimp slap.
Oh, but you only have the sound. Also, the chimp slap is like right on top of you. I could change the position, perhaps.
No, it's perfect where it is.
Okay, I'll leave that right there then.
Okay. Do you want to, since you fell asleep during some of the later parts, do you want to describe what happens in the opening and what you thought about it and how cool it was?
Oh god, okay. I don't remember that much. It's hard to recap sometimes, but I remember.
Do you want me to kind of recap a lot of it and you can chime in?
Yes, that would be better because I'll get lost.
So I assume that this is kind of like the norm for most Marvel movies that aren't like Endgame and stuff, which I also haven't seen, but I just assume. But it opens in like
1 second, just before like we start getting into the actual movie. What Bebop didn't mention was that this movie was recommended to us, in 40X by my brother. And he said,
Dude,
and I quote, he said, "It's super cool. I loved it, and I would go see it again." That's what he said.
Yes.
And I told him, well, I'm not usually a big fan of Marvel movies. They're kind of, they're kind of the same thing most of the time. Like, if you've seen one Marvel movie, you've seen them all. But I'll trust you, brother, and I'll see if this one's actually good. If this one I like, okay? And so I trusted him, and that's how we ended up there. And my mom got really excited about it too, and she went with us. It was her idea, to be honest.
It was.
Yeah, so Bebop, Mother Bun, and I went to the movie theater. And that's how it all started. Brother Hare.
What was I talking about?
About the start of the movie.
The start of the movie. It opens on a flashback, right? I was gonna start after the flashback because I completely forgot about it. This movie's kind of forgettable to me, to be honest. So bear with me as I describe a plot that I slightly remember.
Wait, does?
Yeah, it opens on a flashback.
Yeah, of his father.
His dad. Well, you don't know it's the protagonist's dad, obviously, but a man of no any particular circumstance or description is driving, or no, he's got some goons and he's like, he's on a horse. I want the power. No, he's not. He's in his office and he's like, I want the power. And they're like, okay, we'll go get it. And then they're in a car right after that.
Wait, but no, they talk about his legend, and he's on a horse at that point of the 10 rings.
What?
Yeah, they talk about at the very start of the movie. They're like,
when the fuck was he on a horse?
Yeah, he was on a horse. It was just a picture. At the very start of the movie, they're like, oh, there was once this man who had incredible power of the 10 rings, and he used it for evil, and he conquered the whole world, and he's on a horse. That's what happened at the very 5 minutes of the movie.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So they describe like a legend or whatever. And then the guy is like, I want the power, and his goons are like, okay. And then they get in a Jeep and they're driving through like a bamboo forest. This is important, I promise. And the bamboo forest is like Jumanji. Yeah, that happens right after the horse introduction.
Yes.
So they're getting like Jumanji'd in by the bamboo forest as it like transforms, and then everyone in the Jeep dies except the guy who wanted the power. And he's magically in the exact place he needed to be. And he finds a woman, and she is just there for some reason. And he's like, you show me where the power is. And she's like, no. And then they fight.
No, and he wants to go into her village.
Yeah, he is looking for her village because it has a lot of strong power there, I think.
Yeah, like magical shit.
Yeah, there's like a dragon there, and he wants the dragon power. And then they fight, and the fight scene is really awkward.
It's so bad.
Filled with like sexual energy on purpose, I think, because those two get married eventually and have 2 children, including a Shang-Chi.
My problem with that scene was they were trying to make it like super, huge movement and super dynamic, but all of their moves were just so incredibly slow. It was just
it's very slow.
Really
it's
slow.
Very slow for what you expect an action movie to do. And it's the only fight in the movie that feels that slow, I think.
Yeah.
So it's very strange. And at the end, he gets hit really hard. He loses to this woman from the village, even though he has the 10 rings or whatever.
She's got wind
powers.
powers.
So it's like a big shock. She has Avatar wind powers that she gets from the dragon.
Yeah.
And for some reason that makes her stronger than the 10 rings, so he's really interested now. And at the very end of the fight, she blasts him into a tree and he just fucking crumples. And I laughed out loud, really loud, because it looked really silly and he looked fucking dead. Also, the whole time this is happening, your seat is fucking rocking you back and forth, and there's wind blowing in your ear.
Yeah,
and
it's
it
like
goes
just like that into
it's not
your
a subtle sound.
No.
Yeah, it's like very artificial, like someone opened the valve on this little thing to blow one piece of wind into your fucking ear. And it goes and it's really jarring. And that's happening the whole time because she has wind powers.
Yeah.
So while she's getting his ass kicked, you just hear wind in your fucking ear. But yeah, that is like the opening. We can read some chat.
He ends up in a pond, doesn't he? He's all wet.
I think so. I think she probably fucking knocks him over there too.
Yeah, and then at the very end,
That's
it's
where
like
water comes out. Water sprays at your face because he gets in the pond.
yeah. And at the very end, she's like talking to her kid, and she's like, "That's when I first met your father," and that's how we find out that those two are Shang-Chi's parents.
Yeah, there's a flash forward, but not all the way to the current plot. It's still a flashback, but it's after that flashback, and she's talking to young Shang-Chi.
It's like 5 flashbacks in one, pretty much.
Yeah, and then she tells him that because she left her village to live with Shang-Chi dad, that she gave up her dragon power, so she's not strong anymore.
Yeah, so they're like normal people, basically. Like he gave up his army, his rings. She gave up the dragon.
Yeah, he gave up the rings. That's important.
They have like a really nice suburban life. They were like playing DDR at one point.
Yeah. They played DDR with the little floor pads that are really squishy and really shitty to play on.
Yeah. Honestly, a really nice life. They were making cash, dude. They were making money.
Yeah. Although technically we don't see that flashback till way later on in the movie. But yes.
Yeah, but it's important to know that. That's a lot of flashbacks. That's a lot of flashbacks. I know Shang-Chi ASMR. For real though.
It's like, honestly, 4DX is the next evolution of ASMR.
Oh my god. Imagine just like a little robot like brushing your face with the fucking makeup brush.
Imagine a roleplay, an ASMR roleplay, but they just fucking whip you around. Like ASMR, I beat your ass, and it's just you getting fucking whipped around in the seat while they beat you up. And then they spit on you at the end, and it just gives you a little rat sneeze on the fucking face.
I would like that. I never gave up the dragon, not even for Draken.
Yeah, but if you want the dragon, you have to stay in the village for your whole life. So you are stuck there. Yeah,
there's no dragon except the village, and the village is like one realm or something.
Yeah, it's like an in-between realm or something. I don't know. I think we'll get there eventually.
Well, we will. With a little girl with a flip-flop beating you to death. Ooh, a little Latina
that,
woman.
But in 4DX. Yeah, she beats you with the chancla. She fucking kicks your ass.
Oh no, not the chancla.
Yeah, your seat's just whipping back and forth and giving you fucking whiplash.
Oh shit, no mama.
Don't do it, stop. And then it sprays a smell, and it smells like disappointment and sadness.
Oh no, that's what my room smells like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it flashes forward to modern day San Francisco.
San Francisco. There was the little road that goes like, the one that swivels.
Oh yeah, because there's a tram too, right?
Yeah, there's a tram. I think they showed the Golden Gate Bridge at one point. So really make sure you know.
That's very likely.
To make sure you fucking know it's San Francisco.
And we see a man he gets woken up by his alarm, and he's getting dressed in like really nice fancy clothes. And he is like combing his hair back, and he looks like a really suave businessman. And you're going, oh man, there he is. That's Shang-Chi. He's gonna go to work. And they do like a funny comedy bait and switch. And that's not Shang-Chi. That's just a rich Asian man. And he gives his keys to his car to Shang-Chi, who is a valet parking attendant.
Yeah.
And not a rich Asian man at all. He is an Asian man, but he's not rich.
It's true.
I like that one. And he has a friend. Her name is
Kyle. Katie?
Katie Kyle.
Also,
and she is the comic relief.
At this point is where I realized Shang-Chi was a man. I thought Shang-Chi was a woman.
Yes.
This entire
Shang-Chi's
time.
a man.
So,
but not Katie Kyle.
Not Katie Kyle.
Katie Kyle is a woman.
Yeah. And she is the funny one for
She's
because
epic funny
women
character.
because women can be funny. Did you know that?
It's true. If you didn't believe it, Marvel's here to show you. So pay attention.
Yeah, Katie Kyle.
Katie Kyle is not funny. Katie Kyle makes jokes about singing Hotel California
And
to stop a fight, and that's the joke.
yeah.
And you go, I know that song. And all the people who normally watch Marvel movies go, I don't know what Hotel California is. So it's a really good joke overall.
Yeah.
And anyways, they're parking cars, and this is our next big foray into
Oh.
4DX.
May I just butt in real quick?
Yeah.
There was a man in front of us who laughed at every other joke, no matter what.
You laughed at everything. I realized that's what I think I said it to you that night. That's the person they're making Marvel movies for.
Yes. He was like the
I always think
Marvel
like, who's laughing at these jokes? Like, these jokes aren't funny. They're so surface level. That's the guy. They make movies for that guy.
Literally just for him. He like Katie Kyle would be like, I sing Hotel California, and he would go, oh, what a hoot!
They'd go. I don't even remember a single joke. That's how fucking
I know.
funny they are. They're just very nothing.
Yeah.
And he would laugh at everyone. Like, he just heard the best joke he's ever heard in his fucking life. That made the movie better. I want to watch that guy laugh at all the other Marvel movies now.
Oh yeah, and laugh with him. He's like the laugh track that you need in a movie, but don't get.
Yeah. He's the laugh track where I'm like, oh, was that an actually funny joke? Okay, he's laughing. I laugh too then.
Exactly. He made me giggle.
Okay, so do you remember the big 4DX showcase, right? That happens right there?
In the tram?
Before the tram. The rich guy gives his keys to Shang-Chi, and Katie Kyle takes the keys, right?
Uh-huh. Oh,
and she's like, no,
ride.
I'm gonna drive.
The ride, yeah. They drive around San Francisco with this guy's car that they are valeting. And they just fucking zoom all over the place. And your seat the entire time goes... And that's what happens. And, you know, air's blasting in your ear because it's a car and she's got the windows open. You know. So it's
and there's no traffic.
There's no traffic.
In
San Francisco, and she's driving like a maniac in
she's
San Francisco.
Driving at least 80 miles an hour.
I don't know.
There's no fucking way.
For anyone who's never been to San Francisco or doesn't know much about it, traffic there is terrible. People drive like maniacs there. That one is accurate. That one's accurate. But she would crash approximately 1 minute into that fucking ride. There would be...
If she stepped on the fucking gas pedal for longer than 10 seconds, she'd rear end someone.
Yeah, really.
She wouldn't be able to get the fucking thing up to 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, there's a strudel every street, every fucking stream. It's unbelievable.
But yeah, so she's like drifting around, doing crazy shit. And this is also important. Remember this. This is part of the Marvel formula. That thing we did at the beginning, remember that. That's important. She can drive fast and good and not even crash once. So that all happens, and it just like ends there, and then it skips like the next day, right? And like the morning or something.
Yeah, the morning in her house.
So they kind of like touch on like some, I don't know, like Chinese cultural stuff. They meet her grandma, Katie Kyle's grandma, and they've almost sort of adopted Shang-Chi, I guess.
Kind of
I don't think he lives with them, but they're kind of like a surrogate family to him because we are kind of figuring out that Shang-Chi doesn't have a family. He also goes by Sean at this point.
Yeah.
Like, that's his like Americanized name, but he's Shang-Chi to me. So
he is Shang-Chi to me and my heart, but he goes by Sean. And that's like a big bit. That's the one bit that I do remember, but we will get to that.
That's the one bit I remember too. Yeah. So it's like the morning, and the grandma asks about random bullshit, and then they're like, okay, bye, grandma,
Mhm.
and you don't ever see that family again. And they go to work. Do they? No, they're heading to work, right? They get on the bus.
Yeah, no, they get on the
Um,
tram. No, the bus. No, the
no, it's a
tram.
bus.
It's a bus? Okay.
It's a bus. They get on the bus, and Shang-Chi and Katie Kyle are going to work, and their attitude at this point is like they love their jobs. They don't care that they are seen as like underachievers. They just really like driving cars and then going out and hanging out with their boring friends at like a
Oh,
restaurant
yeah,
afterwards or whatever.
it's because Katie Kyle's family is like, you should get rid of that old job and get a real one. And they're like, no, we
Yeah.
love this job.
Hmm.
We both love
They're
it.
both very happy there, and that's it.
Yep.
They're just like, we like it. Okay,
Mhm.
we're going to work now. Bye. So they get on the bus and they're heading to work. And this is the next really big 40X experience. I know what you're thinking. That's being pretty charitable of them. Didn't we just have the car thing? And you're right, we did. And now we're going to have another one, except this one lasts like 8 minutes and just whips you around the entire time.
And blows into your ear
So,
and sometimes
and
spits on
blows
your
into your
face.
fucking ear. So I can't really summarize this. It's basically just one big fuck off action sequence
Oh,
where
well, it's because so Shang-Chi is sitting on the bus with his friend, right? And he has this little pendant around his neck with like a little gemstone with a green gemstone on there.
his
And
mom gave him to that. We see that in the
yeah,
flashback that we saw at the beginning.
yeah, his
actually.
mom gave him that. And then this one just like burly guy comes up to him. Oh, and there's a girl on there doing her essay. That's important. Not really, but it was important to me. She was doing like her thesis or something. And there's this guy
Yeah.
comes up to Shang-Chi and he's like, nice necklace, I want it. And he goes, no, 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 no. And the guy goes, but I want it though. And then Shang-Chi's friend goes, do you think he's a fighter? You must be mistaken. There's no way you want that necklace right there. And the guy goes, well, I want it. And he like, he tries to get it. And Shang-Chi unlocks his dragon powers and fucking starts just fighting like 10 guys at once because his goons, join in on the fight. And so at that point,
it's important to state though that Shang-Chi actually does not have any powers.
yeah, well, he doesn't have powers. He's got kung fu training.
He just has kung fu.
Yeah. So,
yes.
Yeah, the other goons don't have any powers either, but they have like a mechanical arm, I think one of them does at least.
One guy has like a machete arm or something.
Yeah, something like that. Kung fu isn't powers. Yeah, and then
Kung Fu has powers.
Kung Fu has powers. So he starts fighting them on the bus while everyone's on there, and Katie Kyle's the entire time is just like, who are you? What'd you do with my friend and stuff like that. And then the driver passes out, I think, at one point.
I think maybe they like hit the driver or something.
Yeah, something like that, because the driver's like out of the equation, and so it all kind of starts getting fucky, and the brakes are gone, so you can't brake, so you're driving through San Francisco at like 100 miles per hour downhill
too.
Downhill. And
I think the brakes get cut or something because like by the end of this fight, by the way, the bus is cut in like half. So literally. So I think that's how the brakes get fucked up.
No, I feel like because they would have stopped at the start of the fight, right? But they didn't. So I think they cut off like earlier than that, didn't they?
Maybe. I don't know. Also worth noting, there are like 12 goons on this bus or something. It's a lot of people for one bus.
Yeah, and then there's
why
there's so many goons on this bus. They came to hang out for that pendant. But then there's this one guy who's just like video vlogging it all. And he's like, hey, what's up, you guys? Big Farter 99 here. Back at it again with another fight on the bus video. Hey, what's up? This is so fucking epic. Oh my god. And he goes like that.
He's supposed to be on like Periscope, I think.
Yeah.
I think he's supposed to be on like the Marvel Cinematic Universe equivalent of Periscope. So he's like live streaming the fight. And every once in a while when there's a little too much action and your brain starts to fucking make a tiny sound in your head as it shakes you back and forth, it lays in a little joke from that guy, and he goes, "Whoa, y'all see him punch that guy? That was crazy." And then
Yeah.
they fight again.
Yeah, and that's basically it. And then the SA girl's laptop gets, cut in half because Shang-Chi uses it as a shield to block like a punch or something. And then she goes, "No, my thesis!" And that's a joke that the guy laughed at too. So that made me giggle.
Okay, he laughed at every joke from
Yeah.
the vlogging guy too. Everything he said, he laughed at that. So those were all funny, just in case you were wondering.
Just in case you wanted to know, those jokes, they're all funny. And definitely not written by like a 70-year-old white man.
No. Who just figured out what live streaming was yesterday.
So Katie Kyle gets behind the wheel, and Shang-Chi is like, "Oh, I'll give you the signal, and then you are going to swerve or something." I don't know what he says.
Remember the beginning when we found out that Katie Kyle was a good driver? That was important.
And not only in this scenario either. She's a good driver, and you better fucking remember that. And so
this is important.
So he fights, she's freaking out, and then he does like the "please exit the vehicle" or something, stop, something like that. And she's like, "Oh, that's the sign," and then she fucking then she rips it into like another car
left turn
or something. Yeah, she takes a hard turn, which rips them off because they were in like the other half of the bus, and Shang-Chi jumped into the first part of the bus that wasn't cut in half. That was still, you could still maneuver that. And so they get off, and then they kind of slow down by running into something.
They run into a garbage truck.
Oh, garbage truck.
And like through the friction of that, they stop at like the bottom of the hill right before they were gonna fly off the fucking pier and into the water.
Of course.
And Katie Kyle looks over at the guy in the garbage truck and goes, "We make a good team." And the guy in front of us laughed, so it was funny.
Yeah, so it was the most hilarious joke I've heard this since the last one.
Yeah. And that's pretty much that action sequence. And the entire time, again, you were just being fucking whipped around mercilessly.
Yeah,
and there's like a little Roomba at your feet that like scrapes the back of your feet every once in a while.
Oh, yeah, it just like goes like a rat running like after your ankles or something.
Anytime like something scrapes on the ground, which like the bus scrapes on the ground when it gets cut in half, like a rat runs across and tickles the back of your heels.
That's gonna do a really number on my back. It actually can fuck up your neck really bad because it sometimes just throws you like in the front, right? And then you just kind of go. And my mom was complaining about it too. She was like, "What if someone with like a back injury or a neck brace or something goes to see this? They would die. Yeah, they're dead." Yeah,
if you have any kind of health, anything, even if you have a bruise on your knee, don't go to a 4DX movie. It might kill you.
Yeah,
it might spit contaminated air into your mouth for all I know and fucking give you a virus that kills you.
Honestly, especially during these times, don't do it. Don't go.
Don't do it. We took the risk so you don't have to.
Exactly. Okay? I also imagine like what someone holding popcorn would do at this situation, because like
Hare brought that up, and I really thought about it. What the fuck do you do? It whips you around hard enough that if you were holding popcorn and it were full, it would just fucking go everywhere.
Yeah. Or just like a drink without a straw. It would just, first of all, it would knock your teeth out. And second of all, you would be wet, like completely. You would be soaking because it would be everywhere. What do you do? And the thing is, there was a little cup holder in the seat, but it was moving.
To the seat that moves.
It was moving with the seat.
If you put your fucking cup in there and it launches it into the fucking sky as soon as Shang-Chi does a roundhouse kick.
Yeah, like what?
It's part of the immersion. Shang-Chi kicked your drink out of there. He kicked it out of the cup holder.
I don't understand why they would fucking do that. Like, if you're gonna put a cup holder in it, at least make it not move, right? That's the most logical thing you can think of. But
they can't though, because the whole fucking seat moves, the entire thing.
Yeah, well, you can just like make it separate from the seat, is what I'm saying.
I guess.
Might as well.
Yeah, but then you're in danger of being ejected from your seat and being impaled on the separate cup holder or something.
You're
'cause it's attached to a stand.
Your chances of dying in 40x are like 100% more viable than a normal movie seat.
Your chances of dying at a regular movie theater are relatively low, but they increase exponentially, maybe 1,000% when you go to see a 40x movie.
It's true.
So don't do it. You're a fucking
go.
daredevil if you just go and see a 40x movie.
Imagine seeing Sonic in 40x. You would actually die on the spot.
You'd break your neck because the seat would try to go the same speed as Sonic is on the screen, and you can't handle that. Your mortal body can't handle the fucking speed of Sonic the Hedgehog. It's not possible.
True. Okay, I need to go people real quick, so I'll be right back though, okay?
Okay, I'll keep describing Shang-Chi and maybe read the chat.
You go
You're missing
ahead.
out, and I'm gonna tell some funny jokes.
Oh no, I hope I don't miss any funny ones that I wouldn't be able to laugh at, like the guy.
Okay.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Alright guys, here's gone. I can share all the funniest jokes from Shang-Chi that I can promise the guy in front of us laughed at, so you know they're really funny. Who's in chat? Which one of you fuckers? Watching a zombie film only to die and turn into one. That's an experience I can sign up for. They'd probably offer that in 40x. They'll add a new little symbol onto the Sonic poster to show you that that is possible. Enjoy your drink until it's on the floor? Yeah. They should have someone at the door when you walk into the theater just slap it out of your hand, because you're not going to be able to have it for more than a couple of minutes. You better hope the intro is a fucking really low action. You came into being impaled by 40x. I'm here for it. Strap in. It just gets fucking worse. Have a good peepo. Yes, yes. Hello, Caro. Yes, yes. Hire the guy as our hype man. The guy that laughs. He should be in every Twitch stream and laugh at every joke that you tell. Hearing about 40x a while back? Wait, what? Oh, you're talking about... Well, that's not exactly 40x, but similar, I suppose. That's called like haptic feedback, I think. So kind of similar. I guess 40x is really just one big haptic feedback.
I'm back, and I just noticed that I actually died in my cup.
Yeah, that's accurate.
All right, go ahead. Where are you?
I read through most of chat.
Oh, hi, Carol. Hello.
Hello. But back to Shang-Chi. So that ends, and Katie Kyle is very confused about who Shang-Chi is. Is that where they use the... Is Shang-Chi rated R? Shang-Chi.
Is it? I believe it is. Yeah, I believe it is. Because they say like swear words sometimes, don't they?
They definitely say... It's PG-13.
PG-13, okay.
I believe...
So they can say one fuck.
Right. And I was about to say, I think... Maybe not. I think this might be where they use their one fuck. I think she says, "Who the fuck are you?"
Oh, they said one fuck?
Yeah, they definitely used their fuck.
Oh.
They either say it now or at the end, or they use two fucks and just paid some fine or something. I don't know.
They can't say two fucks if it's R13.
They're Marvel. They're Disney. They can do whatever they want.
Oh my god. Can't do that.
Anyways, so she's super confused, and Shang-Chi's like, they took my amulet because it went missing during the fight, and he doesn't notice until after. So he's like, well, my mom told me when she gave me the amulet, it'll lead me back home. So I gotta go home to China.
Oh yeah, she sent him an envelope at the very start of the movie with like her address. Yeah, that's important too.
Stuff. He gets a postcard from his sister.
Yeah,
in China,
the address and everything. And he's also like, well, my dad's definitely after her now because he's the only one who would want the amulet. So
yes, and so he is like, I'm going back to China, and Katie Kyle is like, no, I'm going too. And he's like, okay. So they're on the plane, and
my favorite joke in the entire movie.
A lot of funnies happen here. So strap in. I'm gonna run them all through you, and then we'll confirm with the guy in front of us whether or not they were funny. So first, Does the flight attendant come up first? Is that the first joke,
Well,
or is that like in
the
between?
first joke is actually that he explains his entire ancestry to her and how he was trained.
That's true.
And
That is the first joke, and maybe even the funniest one of the whole film.
Yep.
So he's explaining just how he was raised by his dad to be a killer assassin that is stronger than any human on Earth, basically.
And it's because his mom died, so his dad was like, well, fuck this, I'm going back to being evil.
Yeah, because his mom dies, and he's like, fuck it, I'm putting the 10 rings back on. And that happens, and he's explaining, and the joke is that he's explaining something really serious, and then the flight attendant comes up and goes, beef or vegetarian? and then the guy in front of us laughed, and then
I'm being the guy.
Katie Kyle is like vegetarian, and they're like both vegetarian, and she's like, actually we're out of vegetarian, and the guy in front of us laughed. So it was funny. And then they both go, or she asks again, she's like, so beef or vegetarian? They're like, I guess vegetarian.
No, she goes,
and the
I
guy
guess
in front of
beef.
us laughed. No?
Well, after the vegetarian is gone, she's like, well, I guess beef then, because that's the only
vegetarian is gone. You're right. For some reason, I thought beef was gone. You're right. Beef is gone. So she goes, I guess I'll have vegetarian. And the guy in front of us laughs. And then the flight attendant looks at Shang-Chi, and he goes, yeah, I guess I'll have vegetarian too. And the guy in front of us laughs. And he goes back to explaining, I think. He probably just explains a little more.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember at that point.
And then the last joke, I think, while they're in the airplane is that he explains why he changed his name to Sean, or he tells her what his real name is, which is Shang-Chi. And she goes, wow, you changed your name to Shang-Chi, from Shang-Chi to Sean? What, like you were trying to hide from someone? And the guy in front of us laughed.
But this was like a really big laugh. I remember this one especially. He thought
really
that was the funniest shit.
This really tickled him.
Yeah.
And the last joke, I think, of that entire segment is she goes, that's like if my name was Gina and I changed my name to Gina.
And he laughed.
The guy in front of us laughs very loudly, and then that scene is over, and there are no more airplane jokes. Then they're in China? Do you remember them being in China?
I remember they went to China. I have no clue how they got to the place where they were supposed to go, but somehow they got there.
Well, he has the address, so he just gets there.
Oh, okay. So he just gets there because he's got the address, and they go up an elevator, and there's a guy with them in there, and he's like, here, sign this, and he gives them like a 10-page paper. Shang-Chi, being Shang-Chi, doesn't read it and just fucking signs it because he's stupid, apparently. And they like talk about something. I have no clue what they talk about. Maybe his sister, I guess, like where she is and whatnot. He doesn't know. And they get up there, and a guy comes up to them. He's like, okay, come on, we gotta go. This one guy fell out. He can't fight anymore. And Shang-Chi goes, what do you mean? What fight? And you can see like fighting rings and fighting boxes. People just fight and people bet on them and stuff. And the guy goes, come on, we gotta do something big for you, big guy, because you're the bus guy, bus meme man from the internet.
Bus boy. Yeah,
bus boy. Because of that one video streamer, you know, the one that we talked about earlier. That's how he knows him. So he gives him the big ring. And Shang-Chi is like, well, I don't want to do this. Why would I do this? And the guy goes, well, actually, you signed a contract that you would fight. So actually, you know. And so Shang-Chi fights. He goes in the ring. He gets ready and whatnot. He's in the ring now. And he doesn't know he's gonna fight. Oh, and there's a little cameo. There's a little cameo from another Marvel movie, Bebop said.
There's a cameo from Wong, I believe his name is, from Doctor Strange. Maybe that's not his name, but he's from Doctor Strange and some other big dude.
Emil? I think.
That's the big guy. I don't know who the fuck that is, I'm not gonna lie.
No idea.
And they're
he looks
fighting.
Like Hulk, kinda.
Not really, but he's like a big guy like Hulk. And they fight like before Shang-Chi goes in, and I guess that's like a big cameo to all the MCU fans.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Go on.
So there's a cameo, and he goes in the ring, and he doesn't know who he's gonna fight. And then, who is it? It's his sister. He's fighting his sister. Wow. So they fight. He's like, I don't want to hurt you. I'm so happy that I found you. Blah blah blah. And so they fight. You know, you get thrown around in your chair, and this is where they first use this one effect that like punches you in the back. It
Yeah.
just punches you in the back. It's like very light, but it catches you off guard, and you're like, huh? Did someone fucking touch me?
Yeah. We call it rat punch.
Yeah.
Rat punches. You get rat punched in the back.
Uh-huh.
But they're like really small.
They're super
They're like-
small.
I don't even know how to describe the size.
Like a, I don't know,
like a newborn's
spoon.
fist, but like punching you relatively hard for what you expect when you're watching a movie and you paid money for it.
So
And it just hits you in the back like 3 times when he falls down.
yeah,
It's like
it's really weird, and it's totally just different, I guess, is what you would call it. Anyway, so they fight, and at one point he's just like, stop. They went after my pendant. Dad is after you. And then she stops, and then she takes him in the backstage and whatnot.
No, she knocks him out first, actually.
She docks him out?
She knocks him out, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, she knocks him out then. People are like, yeah. Oh, and there's a joke about Katie. She says something really funny because the guy in front of us laughed. I have no clue what she says, though.
She goes, Shang-Chi gets knocked out, and Katie has like a look, or she does something, and he goes, you bet against me?
Oh,
and the guy in front of us laughs.
Yeah, she bet against him. Anyway, the guy in front of us laughed, and they go in the backstage, and they find out that his sister runs the entire place, and that it was her ring, and she makes money off of it, and it's like her business and stuff. Which, by the way, bad bitch alert. Big boss.
They say, Katie Kyle says that. She goes, whoa, you're a bad bitch, or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. But the guy in front of us didn't laugh, so it wasn't funny.
Yeah, it wasn't funny. Probably because feminism. And feminism isn't
it's not funny. That guy knows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he knows. So, I don't remember. Oh, yeah. So after that, they kind of like talk a little bit.
Don't forget about the postcard.
Oh, yeah.
He mentions the postcard, and she says,
what postcard? I didn't send you a postcard. And literally after she fucking says that, like a million bad guys go into that place and start wrecking it.
Yes.
Just so they can get
a million
pendant.
Guys from the 10 Rings, I think is the name of his dad's army.
Yeah.
Start invading the compound. And Shang-Chi's sister runs away and leaves Shang-Chi behind. She goes behind some secret door. And Shang-Chi's like, what the heck? And so now it's up to Shang-Chi and Katie Kyle to get out by themselves without Shang-Chi's sister.
Yeah. So I don't actually remember how the fight goes exactly, but I know they end up... Do you want me
to describe the fight?
You can, yeah, go ahead.
So this fight takes place primarily on the outside of the building, on the scaffolding. There's a lot of scaffolding, as if this entire building is under construction for some reason. And it all takes place on that. And it's like Shang-Chi like jumping up the scaffolding and punching a guy, and then he jumps down some scaffolding and he kicks a guy, and then he hits the guys with their little stun batons, and then Katie Kyle almost falls to her death. But she gets caught by Shang-Chi's sister, who's like name? 8 floors below them.
Shang-Li?
Xiong-Lei Wei? That could be very wrong.
I'm going to look it up. I know the way it was written, at least her first name, Xiu, but...
Okay, Wikipedia says Xiaoling.
Shu Xiaoling, yeah. Oh, shit.
Shu Xiaoling.
Yeah, Shu
Right.
Xiaoling.
So Shang-Chi's sister catches Katie Kyle and saves her. So that's like, oh, you're redeemed now. We forgive you for leaving us behind. And this fight actually ends with them getting captured, no?
Well, she loses the pendant. Yeah, they do get captured. Because they end up at the dad's place next.
Because they send in like clearly there's like one henchman who looks like different than the other ones. He has like a
Mhm.
white kabuki-esque mask on, and he's obviously like stronger or something.
Oh,
And
that's
Shang-Chi is like
yeah.
keeping up with him, and then his dad shows up and is like, I knew they couldn't defeat you. And then they go back to his dad's compound
Yeah,
and we're just
voluntarily though.
there. Yeah, I think kind of,
Kind
right?
of.
Like almost voluntarily.
Yeah, because there wasn't that much of a struggle after he like told him that. So I guess kind of
Yeah. So I guess they
voluntary.
just go with him, and then they're eating or having tea or something. Um this part's kind of a blur to me.
Yeah, they're like, wait, they're eating there? I know that
Aren't
Shu
they?
talks about how, like, you know, she watched her brother train and stuff because he was the chosen one or whatever, and
Yeah, that
stuff
definitely gets
like
explained
that.
at some point.
Yeah, I think it's there where it gets explained or something close enough to that, I think. And she's like, "Oh, but
Right.
I trained on my own, so I could be
But I trained in
strong."
secret.
Yeah, I don't really know why she trained in secret. I feel like,
Because girls weren't allowed to train there.
oh yeah, because girls are weak. Shown by her
It's
mother.
important. Remember that.
Remember,
Okay.
remember. Girls can't be warriors.
So they just do all that. Long story short, they realize that their dad is evil again, mostly because of the 10 rings. And he explains to them
Yeah.
that his plan is to go back to the village that Shang-Chi mom is originally from and free her because she's trapped behind a demon gate and she's calling to him from beyond the demon gate to free her from behind the demon gate.
Yeah, which
So
is
he's going to go do that.
yeah, which is why he needed those pendants because he's got a dragon statue in his living room that when you put the two pendants in its eyes, first of all, you get blasted by like a waterfall or something, and then you can see the little map of the forest path of the bamboo forest.
There's a map of the bamboo forest. Remember that?
Yeah,
Remember that bamboo
remember?
forest from the beginning
Yeah.
that's shifting around? They're going to do that again.
Mm-hmm. And then they're like,
So-
okay, Dad, we're going to our rooms. And somehow, I have no clue how this happened, but somehow they end up in like they take a secret passage. That's how they end up there. And they end up in this absolutely random fucking guy's nest.
He's actually an MCU character. He's another cameo, but he's actually kind of like a supporting character.
Who
in this
is
movie.
he?
I don't remember his name. He is I could try to find it, I guess. Let me try to look.
I don't know, but he's kind of there. I have no clue what he is doing there. Absolutely no idea. And he's got this
His name?
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Slattery.
Okay, where is he from?
He's just in other Marvel movies.
Oh, so he doesn't even have his own movie?
No. He's just like a side character. He's like an actor in the Marvel universe, and I think his like big thing in the MCU is that he pretended to be a terrorist. He pretended to be Shang-Chi's dad at some point, either for like a movie or just as an acting thing to trick
Oh
people.
my god.
And then I think Tony Stark figures that out and is going to put him in jail. But then Shang-Chi's dad rescues him, and now he lives in Shang-Chi dad's compound
Okay.
in the dungeon.
That's in the sex dungeon. That's too much Marvel history for me. That's a bit
Yeah.
that's like one of the hard parts about a Marvel movie. You kind of miss like a lot of shit if you don't watch every single one.
Right.
Yeah.
But
That's okay.
but this guy also makes the guy in front of us laugh a lot.
Yeah.
So he's good.
You already got like 5 supporting laugh characters, which is amazing because you need those all the time. Anyway,
But it's important to note that this guy actually kind of takes over as comic relief for Katie Kyle.
Yeah.
Because Katie Kyle will now become a strong, independent woman who fights. So this guy's in charge of the laughs now.
Yeah,
This
but-
guy is in charge of babysitting the guy sitting in front of us.
yeah, and then, so he's got this little pet. It's like a flying thing. It's got like 4 wings and like legs.
That's a Chinese mythological beast, actually.
Yes. What's it called?
A Hundun?
Okay, so a hundun is what he's got, question mark. And turns out it's a beast from the village. Um, and then what happens then? Don't
So
remember.
the beast from the village, they're the whole Shang-Chi crew at this point is like, okay, clearly we have to get out of here. Clearly we have to go to the village before our dad gets there because he's gonna fuck it all up. So they're like, well, how do we get there? He knows the map, but we don't. And then Trevor can communicate with this Hundun for some reason. I think it has a name, but I don't know.
George or
But
something?
he can communicate. Morris is what it's called, apparently,
Morris.
according to Wikipedia.
Okay.
So he can communicate with Morris, even though Morris does not speak English or any language. He just makes sounds. But Trevor can speak with it, which is funny. So he says that according to Morris, you can get through the bamboo forest if you know the way, which is basically what the map is for. But Morris actually happens to know the way himself. So they're like, all right, I guess that's what we're going to do.
But it
And
needs to be like a specific time, though.
no, it opens on a specific time, but if you don't want to wait for that time, you can go through if you know the way.
Oh, okay.
That's why they need Morris, and that's why he wanted the map, because he didn't want to wait.
Mm.
So I think Shu like breaks open a wall after they're done talking and is like, come on this way. And they're like, okay. And they go and they end up in a car garage. And remember, Katie Kyle's really good at driving. So they take a car, and it turns out to be the car of the big bad guy that Shang Li fights at the beginning with the cool machete arm. And they drive out, and I don't know, there's an action scene. It's not even worth talking about, honestly. And they fight, and they escape. And at one point, they're like fighting a guy inside the car because they need to get like a fingerprint recognition or a handprint recognition.
Oh,
so they beat the
yeah.
shit out of this guy inside the van so they can use his hand to open a door.
And it
then
shuts
close it.
like 1 second before they have to.
Yeah. Well, they open it like 1 second before they're
Yeah.
about to hit it, and then they close it again right behind them to make the
Yeah.
cars do an epic crash so that our seat can jut forward and almost fucking throw us.
Break my fucking neck in real life.
Yes,
I like
yes.
that part a lot.
Me too. I like the part where I almost was thrown from my seat for a movie that we paid for.
Yeah. Well,
then-
technically, we don't.
We can talk about that later. That's a funny little coincidence.
Okay.
Do you remember the part where they drive through the bamboo forest?
Yeah, so they drive through it.
Do you want to talk about that?
Okay, so they just like kind of stand in front of the, not stand, but they're in the car. And the car stands in front of the bamboo forest, and they're kind of just talking and whatnot. And there's a really funny joke here. They ask like when to go in, and then Trevor says, "Well, actually, Morris says you can't just go in. It has a very specific timing." And then there's like silence for 3 seconds, and then Morris is like, and Trevor's like, "Go, go, 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 go!" And so they go.
No, actually, the funny part is that he says, "Go," and he goes, "What?" He says, "You can go now."
Yeah.
Morris says you can go now.
Okay, well
he's very calm about it, and that makes the guy in front of us laugh, of course.
Of course. So they go, and at first it's pretty alright, and then it starts closing behind them, and it starts closing in front of them, and they're like, "Oh, where do I go? Where do I go?" And they're all like, Trevor always says, "Oh," Morris says, "Go right, go right, go left," and whatnot. So that's like a full action scene for about, I don't know, 3 minutes or something, and they just kind of go left and go right and whatnot, and they're like, "You gotta stay in the pocket, you gotta stay in the pocket." So you stay in the pocket.
That's another funny joke, because they ask, "Where's the pocket?"
Haha. And yeah, so that kind of, it's very lame for me.
Yeah.
So they just kind of get to the village, and this is where I like started stopping paying attention.
Started stopping being conscious, correct?
Yes, just about the part where they get there and they do a bit of talking and whatnot. I'll tell you when I actually did start, but I don't remember it anymore.
Okay.
But it's like a solid hour and a half into the movie, by the way. So
yeah, we're like getting towards like the finale at this point, kind of. No, we're like probably at like the second act at this point because there's like a whole training montage and stuff.
Is there a single joke
But
that didn't make him laugh? Yeah, the feminist one, the boss bitch.
yeah, that one wasn't funny. Remember,
No,
he didn't laugh at it, so
I
it's not
didn't like
funny.
it.
So they're driving into the village, and it's kind of like a CGI showcase. They're showing off like these little creatures. A lot of them, I assume, are from Chinese mythology,
Hmm.
and they look really good.
They
That's
do.
one thing I definitely can't fault with the movie.
We'll talk about that after. Yeah.
Yeah, they're driving, and then they get to some area, and they're like, "Okay, we're in the village now. We crossed over the spirit plane, and now we're here in the village that is the plane between the spirit realm and the demon
Oh
realm."
yeah, no, they drive into a waterfall, I believe, and that's how they get to the village.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. So yeah, they do that, and then they're just there, and the whole village is there to greet them. Like
No.
they have a fucking Ring doorbell camera at the waterfall or
Oh
something,
yeah.
because they're all like lined
Somehow
up.
they're all
They're like,
lined up with like
"Hi."
weapons and shit,
Yeah,
and they got their
and
bows ready and
yeah,
whatnot.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And Shang-Chi's like, or they're kind of like, "Shang-Chi, go away. You're not supposed to be here." And then he goes, "No, my mom lived here." And then like they're just kind of going back and forth, and then all of a sudden, out of the crowd, some lady comes out and she's like, "I'm Shang-Chi mom's sister. Hi, Shang-Chi. You're welcome here."
Yeah,
And
she's like,
that's it. That's the end of that conflict.
What
They're
are
just
you
welcome now.
doing, everyone? Stop!" And then they just stop.
Yeah. They're all just like welcomed, and every one of them are allowed in the village now. They
Yeah.
not just Shang-Chi mom's kids, everyone. Katie
Yeah.
Kyle and Trevor as well are
Mhm.
all just allowed now.
Morris is just kind of gone
And
at this point. I don't remember him doing anything after this. He just kind of joins his kin, doesn't he?
yeah, he just kind of fucks off, and then he shows up at the end for one more joke, but we'll get there. It did make the guy in front of us laugh, so be excited for that, please. Uh, it- what even fucking happens? They give Shang-Chi and Shu special clothes that their mom wanted them to have,
Yeah, they're made
and
out
it's
of
what you can see
dragon
he's wearing.
scales.
Yeah, he's wearing it in the poster,
Mm-hmm.
and I think, is there even a picture of Shu wearing it in this? Maybe in the
I
upper left there.
let me try to like upscale it maybe.
It's not that important, but that happens. They get like dragon scale stuff, which is
Wait, I
important
just
to the
wanna
village because there's a
I just
dragon.
wanna take a look. I'm gonna put it.
Yeah, she's wearing it. She's
Yeah.
wearing it.
Okay, this is her right here on the
She's
left.
in the upper left.
Yeah, right under the guy
Who the
with the
fuck is that?
machete.
No, that's not even her.
That's her.
She's not wearing her armor though. That is her. That
Oh,
is
she's not wearing it.
Shu,
Never
but that's
mind.
not her wearing her armor. But Shang-Chi mom's sister is wearing the armor.
Yeah, she's wearing the armor. And on the right, you can see Katie
That's
Kyle.
Katie Kyle.
Yeah.
And the guy at the top is Shang-Chi dad.
And then there's the guy with the
below him is
machete for
obviously
some
Shang-Chi.
reason. Why is he there?
Yeah, that guy's there too.
I don't know why he's
They
there,
couldn't
but
they couldn't put any other characters on the poster, so they
yeah,
put him.
okay. So
So they are in the village and they get those, and Katie Kyle starts becoming a strong, independent woman because she learns to shoot a bow.
yeah, she starts, and this is like all in one day. She starts shooting a bow, and her teacher who is there, he says, I think he says that. Maybe someone else does, but someone says, "You miss all the shots that you don't take."
Yes, he does say that.
And then she's like, "I gotta learn how to do the bow now."
Oh, I have to become Bo.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is the part that I no, wait, after this. After that, Shang-Chi starts training with his aunt.
With Shang-Chi mom's sister.
Yeah, with his right. And that's where I dozed off. That's where I don't remember anything.
Okay. So that means Hare was asleep while our chairs were rocking back and forth and we were having wind blown in our faces, and then we got rat punched 4 times and she was asleep the whole time. Because that happens. Also, there's violent wind blast when Shang-Chi's sister is training with like a rope and kunai, a chain and kunai, I guess,
Huh?
that also blasts your face with very strong air. And Hare was also asleep for that. Just out. So that happens. And basically the rest of it is kind of like a training montage mixed with some like emotional stuff where Shang-Chi is like thinking about the past and thinking about how he left his sister and thinking about all this bullshit. And he eventually comes to this conclusion that I think is supposed to be really epic. And he meets with either Shu or Katie Kyle. I literally can't remember. And he says, "My dad trained me to be the best killer in the world. So I'm going to do exactly what he wanted me to do. I'm going to kill him."
Oh my
And he
god.
walks away. And he's very sad about that. Were you awake for that?
No. I do remember
Okay,
like
because that was a
bits
really
and
epic moment.
pieces for like I would wake up for like one piece of a frame and I would go, okay, and fall back asleep.
Okay, that was really important. I think that was like a big turning point for Shang-Chi's character, and
Oh,
you missed it.
okay.
You were
Well,
asleep.
I'll tell you when I woke up though. I'll tell you when I woke up
Okay,
again.
I think I know when you woke up. It was at the end.
Yeah, I told you when I woke
So
up.
that happens. Katie Kyle keeps training. Everyone's like getting stronger as they train. And then eventually it comes to the point where Shang-Chi dad shows up. And again, everyone in the village is lined up because anytime someone comes into the village, you all have to line up and you have to have your weapons.
I saw that for a
And
split second and I was like, what the fuck is he doing?
right. You definitely told me you don't remember how he got there, which is, to
Yeah.
be fair, he just kind of shows up anyway. So
Okay.
you, even if you were awake, you might not have caught it because
Okay.
I barely caught it. He just shows up and he's like, "I got my army here and we're ready to fight." Also, how did he get his entire army into the village?
I have no clue.
They all drove through the bamboo forest at the same time.
Yeah, they were all on top of
There's
the car.
no space for that
They
many
were all in a
cars.
clown car, maybe? They all
They stacked
popped out.
one car. They stacked 100 cars on top of each other and drove one car.
Yeah,
it was teeter-tottering back and forth the entire way through.
But you can get like maybe 12 people in one minivan, so like you don't even really
You
need
think they're
that.
driving a minivan through the bamboo forest that closes on you?
Well,
even when you're going like 70 miles an hour?
minivan, didn't he? They had a minivan.
No, they had like a really nice souped-up SUV. It belonged to the guy with the machete.
Yeah, the SUV. Isn't SUV a minivan?
No.
Okay, well, it's big though.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's what I mean, SUV.
Okay. Point is, okay, well, that's not the point. His whole army is there, and they're like, "We're ready to start our assault on the village." And then they fight. And this is a long, convoluted action sequence. This shit lasts like the remaining 20 minutes of the movie. And everyone starts fighting, and Katie Kyle is like shooting arrows at some point.
One really important thing to know. So behind the big wall in the village, the one where Shang-Chi's dad hears his mother is like this soul-eating gremlin with tiny little gremlins.
That's true. They tell Shang-Chi that during the whole like training montage section of the movie. They're like, you know, at one point that soul-eating gremlin came out of there. We tried to shoo it back in, but we couldn't. But then our cool non-soul-eating gremlin came out of the lake and fought him and helped us put him back behind the wall. He's a dragon, but he doesn't eat souls like the other one.
Yeah.
So they locked him away with the help of the dragon. That's where they get their powers. Blah blah blah. So that's why it's very dangerous for Shang-Chi dad to break open the gate. Obviously,
it also
there's a gremlin back there.
It also talks to people to break it out and promises them whatever they want the most. So that's why he could hear.
But that's also kind of like a consequence of him putting on the 10 rings again. I think it like corrupted him or something.
Maybe.
They talked about that. Maybe you were asleep, but if you wear the 10 rings, I think it like corrupts you.
Oh, cool.
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, the fight starts. Everyone's fighting. Your seat starts fucking whipping you back and forth again, shooting wind into your ear. I think water got sprayed on us again. And Shang-Chi dad like mega jumps off into some location, and they look at Shang-Chi and they're like, "You gotta go fight him." So Shang-Chi goes to fight his dad. Do you remember this?
No. Well, I remember him fighting his dad, but like the dragon was out and everything. I have no clue where the dragon.
Okay, this is before that.
Okay.
So again, you're still being whipped around in your seat, asleep.
Yeah.
He goes to fight his dad by the lake where the dragon sleeps under. They tell us that too. Mm-hmm. And they're just kind of fighting, but Shang-Chi is obviously outmatched. He doesn't have the 10 rings. He's just a fucking human that's good at kung fu. And his dad has the 10 rings, which he can use to like do Avatar The Last Airbender blasts and shit and shoot them out and hit you with them. he's strong because of that, and he is also good at kung fu, so that makes him stronger than Shang-Chi, obviously. Eventually, Shang-Chi dad gets the upper hand, and he fucking blasts Shang-Chi so hard that he gets whipped into the water and like skips across the top 20 times before he starts sinking to the bottom. And Shang-Chi should be dead. He's just a fucking human. So Shang-Chi's dead now. I think we cut back to like the regular fighting, and they're doing more fighting. Whatever. Shang-Chi dad jumps up to where the gate is, and he just starts beating the shit out of it with the 10 rings. Do you remember that?
No.
Okay. Again, the seat is like vibrating violently when Shang-Chi dad punches the gate because he's punching it really hard. He's like, you see him charge up the rings. He takes like all 10 of them because I think he can choose like how many he shoots out or something. But like he puts like all 10 on one hand and charges them all up and like punches the gate. And the seat vibrates probably the hardest it has in the whole movie.
He's like Rayman.
Yeah, he shoots him out like Rayman.
Yeah.
And so like the gate is cracking and the soul sucker gremlins start leaking out. And everyone in the village is like, oh shit, there are the soul sucking gremlins.
Oh no.
And they can only fight the soul sucking gremlins with the dragon scale weapons, which is what like their armor is made out of, which is what Shang-Chi's armor is made out of. So they start doing that, but Shang-Chi dad's army can't do anything against them because they don't have the dragon weapons. So they just start getting gremlined. They're just getting their soul sucked up, and then the soul sucking gremlins take them back to the gate. And we get told that they're trying to feed those souls to the soul sucking gremlin dragon. You remember that?
I don't remember them saying it, but I think, I don't remember them saying it because I know I was confused about it, and then you explained it after the movie. I just remember them talking about how they were like sucking souls, and that's it.
All right, so you're still asleep.
Yeah.
So Shang-Chi dad is just up there punching it. He keeps punching it. Everyone, I think, comes to the realization that Shang-Chi got fucked up, and they're like, well, we just got to keep fighting here. So they're just like fighting the soul suckers. The soul suckers eventually get a couple people here and there. They get the guy that was teaching Kyle the bow, and she's sad about that.
I was awake for that. I saw that. But that was...
Right, that happens like pretty close to the end.
Yeah, but at that point, Shang-Chi was already fighting his father, because I remember Shang-Chi fighting his father. That's when I wake up.
Yeah, I was about to get to that.
Yeah, the second part of it, I guess.
So, and then we cut away at some point between all of that, and we see Shang-Chi is like drowning in this lake. He's just like falling further and further into this very deep lake. And then I don't think we hear something in Shang-Chi's head or something, probably like a flashback or something. And he wakes up, and the dragon that was under the lake gives him the power or brings him up there himself, something. And he gets up on the cliff with the dragon's help, I think. And now he's fighting his dad again, part 2. And this is where the funny joke happens. Do you remember this funny joke? We see Trevor lying on the ground like he's dead, like he got gremlined. You remember this?
Maybe. Sounds like.
And Morris
maybe.
is there too.
I feel like I've seen that, but I'm not 100% sure. So
Trevor and Morris are lying on the ground, and as an audience watching a Marvel movie, we go, "Oh no, they're dead! I can't believe my favorite character Morris died." No. And then Trevor opens his eye and goes, "Go on, Morris, play dead." And then the guy in front of us laughs, so that was a funny joke.
That is a funny
joke. Anyway, there's like a big fight between Shang-Chi and his dad. I literally don't remember how Shang-Chi even gets the upper hand against a guy who has the 10 rings and he doesn't. But somehow he does. And then the soul sucker gremlin dragon bursts out of the gate. And it grabs Shang-Chi dad?
Not yet.
Right? No?
I remember them fighting, and then it grabs his dad.
Yeah, they fight for a little bit, but then it grabs his dad.
Yeah, so at this point, I'm awake.
Okay, so Hare's finally awake, and there are 3 minutes left in the movie. And Shang-Chi dad realizes that... I think he realizes that his wife is not back there anymore. And he also realizes he's fucked. He's going to get gremlined by the dragon himself. So he gives the rings to Shang-Chi. And Shang-Chi dad gets gremlined, and he's fucking dead.
Yeah.
So now the soul sucker gremlin dragon flies off to just go fuck people up, I think. and Shang-Chi and the good dragon fly after it, and then a big dragon fight happens. Now you're awake, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to give us the finale?
I'll try. But
Okay.
you got to understand, I'm pretty drowsy at this point, so it might be a bit fuzzy. So, they like fight. I don't know how, but like his sister gets on top of the dragon too, on top of the good dragon that is with Shang-Chi, and then the dragons like fight, and then Shang-Chi like tries to kill him and stuff. They all try to kill him. The other dragon that
Don't
is.
forget about the very emotional part where Shang-Chi's
Yeah.
sister is falling off the good dragon. What does Shang-Chi say? He's holding on to her.
I won't leave you again.
Right. Because he left her, and that really hurt her the first time because he ran away
because he
from
went
home
on a
when he was a
mission.
kid.
Yeah, he went on a mission,
Right.
but he never did it. He never did, and he ran off to San
His
Francisco.
dad sent him on a mission to kill the guy who killed his mom.
Yeah, which was like a
and
gang
he was like,
of
"Okay,
10
Dad, I'm
people.
gonna go." Yeah, he's like, "Okay, Dad, I'm gonna go do it," and then he just fucking ran away to San Francisco, I guess, at the age of 14.
Yeah, that's what she was so pissed off about, because he was like, "Give me 3 days," and then it was like 17 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he ran away, and that really hurt her, and that's like a big emotional moment because he's like, "I won't leave you again," and she's like, "Whoa, now I want to fight even more."
Oh God.
Do you remember the part where the gremlins were throwing souls into the dragon's mouth?
Yeah, I remember that. They were like taking souls. They were like little white thingies, and they would just whoop, and the dragon would go.
Yeah, the dragon is like the gremlin dragon is getting fucked up a little bit, but his mouth is open, so the gremlins start throwing balls in there like they're playing skee ball, and then I guess that powers him up enough to overpower the good dragon for like a minute, and then Katie Kyle, you remember?
Wait, yeah, you gotta build this up though. So the big bad dragon starts sucking the soul of the good dragon, and the good dragon starts going like gray and shit, and then people are like, oh my God, if our dragon dies, then we all die because we no longer have our protector. And at that point, Katie Kyle's master, the bowmaster, gets sucked by a gremlin, so he's dead. And she's like, well, shit, what do we do now? And they like talk for about 5 minutes before they do anything about the soul sucking, about the dragon. And then Katie Kyle goes, well, I only have 1 arrow left. I gotta shoot. And she shoots for the neck or something. And then, like she tries her best, and everyone's like, well, we're doomed. There's nothing we can do. But wait, Katie Kyle
remember
the
part where the guy says you miss all the shots you don't take?
Remember
you remember?
Do you remember? Well, she took the shot. And guess what? She got it in the fucking neck. And that's how they killed it, isn't it? That's not how they killed it. No. That's not how they killed it. But the dragon stops
it from sucking the soul.
Yeah, stops it from sucking the soul, and then Shang Li does he get inside of it, or does he just send the rings inside of it?
No, he doesn't get inside of it.
Okay, well,
you're thinking of when we were talking about Ant-Man getting inside of Thanos' asshole.
Right. So Shang-Chi sends his 10 rings inside of the Gremlin Man. And it forms like a big ring inside of its belly, and then it bursts it, and that's how the big gremlin dies. That's how they defeat it. Yeah. And that's like...
It's pretty much over.
Yeah.
There's like some closing bullshit, and then there's like the after credit scene where they talk to Bruce Banner and Captain Marvel.
Oh, and before that, this is a big funny joke. So before the start of the movie, like at the very start of the movie, they're on a hangout with their friends or something, and they're at dinner, and they're like, oh, we love our jobs and whatnot, and then their friends are like, oh, you never do anything exciting, whatever. And then at the end of the movie, they're on a dinner date with them again, and they go, oh yeah, we saved this entire blah 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 blah, and they talk about their entire adventure, and their friends go, oh, what a funny quirky story that you made up, but you don't have to impress us. We know that you like your boring stupid job and whatnot. And they go, no, it's real. It really happened over the course of like the last 3 days. Yeah, that happened. And then a portal opens up, and
it's Wong
and he
from
goes,
Doctor Strange.
yeah, and he goes, Shang-Chi, we need you, and you too, Katie, Kyle. And they go, oh, okay, well, I'm sorry, guys. Haha, put this on my tab. Am I right?
No. He makes a very relevant cultural joke that everyone
Sorry.
watching will understand. He says, I'll cash app you for the bill.
Yes, okay.
And the guy in front of us laughed.
Yeah,
and the
okay.
movie is over.
And then, yeah, they just talk to whoever, and they're like, well, now your life's about to get really hectic. And that's the end of the
that's
movie.
the after credits scene.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that was Shang-Chi.
That was
And
Shang-Chi.
it was a Marvel movie.
I laughed the entire time.
I laughed at everything Shang-Chi said. Anytime Shang-Chi opened his mouth, I was laughing.
I'm laughing right now still, actually.
I'm laughing.
I'm laughing right now.
All right. Before we get into our after summary thoughts on the movie, it's time to play our first game. Here we go. All right, so we're gonna play real Digimon, fake Digimon. This is a game where I will name 3 Digimon, and Hare, who does not know much about Digimon at all, is more of a Pokemon person, will tell me whether a real Digimon or a fake Digimon.
Do I get to ask for descriptions of these Digimon?
Yeah.
Do I get to ask?
I can describe them to you.
Okay, what they evolve from. Okay. I can do this.
I can't really tell you everything they evolve from because Digimon is weird and there's not like one, But I will give you physical descriptions. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, the first one is Sleepmon. Now, Sleepmon.
That was not real. I'm gonna tell you.
Do you want me to describe it, or
describe it? But I'm gonna tell you that one's not real.
Okay, Sleepmon is a goat. It has 2 goat curly horns. I guess it's like a sheep because counting sheep. It's asleep on a pillow. It has a Tamagotchi on its head that is shaped like an alarm clock, and it has 2 cords coming out of its ass.
What the fuck? That's like
is that
way
a real
too
or
many
a fake Digimon?
Well, I don't think it would come up with this one actually, because robots dream of electric sheep, and that's basically it, right? That one's real. That's a real Digimon.
Okay, so that's a real Digimon?
Yeah.
Okay. The next one is
Wait, do I not get to know if that was a real Digimon?
We're gonna go through all of them, and then we'll tell you at the end.
Oh my god, okay.
Okay, the next one is Deputymon. He's a gun. He's wearing blue jeans, cowboy boots, a cowboy hat, a cowboy bandana.
I'm sorry, this one's fake.
He has a cowboy belt on, and he's holding 2 guns in both of his hands, and he's a gun.
That one's fake. This one's fake.
That's a fake Digimon?
That's a fake Digimon. You made that one up.
Okay, and the last one is Mongomon.
Okay.
So he's like a big bear. He's got big arms and claws.
Yeah.
He has 3 claws on each hand. He's mostly white, kind of like a polar bear. He reminds me of Beartick, but I think he came out way before Beartick.
Mm-hmm.
His claws are blue. He has ice spikes on his shoulders, like big, kind of like ice crystals on his shoulder.
Do we have a graphic for this guy?
No, you don't get to see graphics for any of them.
Damn.
So that's Mongomon.
Mongomon. That one is fake.
Mongomon's fake?
Yeah, Mongomon's fake.
Okay, are you ready to know the results?
Can I first know how many points I have, and then off of that I can decide on which one I was wrong?
No, because if I tell you how many points you have, you'll know.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Sleepmon is a real Digimon, but technically not a Digimon. Technically it's an Appmon, but it is a Digimon.
Is it something like a beast in Pokemon? Ultra Beast? It's sort of a Pokemon,
it's a little
but not
piece
really.
of shit.
Oh.
Deputymon, that's a real Digimon. He's a gun, and he's holding 2 guns. He wears blue jeans and cowboy boots. He's real. That's a real Digimon. He's a gun, and he's holding 2 guns.
Oh my god, I'm looking at him right now. I'm gonna
put him on screen?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna put him on screen. Oh my god. Oh, that's not real. This is
There he
not
is.
real.
That's him. That's Deputy Mon.
Okay.
Okay, and Mongomon?
That one's fake then.
That's not a real Digimon. That's fake. So you got 2.
I got 2. That's pretty
You
good
got 2.
for my first rodeo.
It's pretty good. But you didn't get Deputy Mon, so
You-
really
You
lost.
knew that I would say this one's fake because that's exactly what you would make a Digimon. If you could make a Digimon, this is what you
Exactly.
would make.
I know. He's one of my favorite Digimon in the world.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he is pretty good. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and
Do I
lead
get
us out of that
anything?
segment
Do
as
I
well.
get anything
No,
for
you
like?
get 2 points and that's it.
Do they stack?
I'll keep track of your score over time.
Okay. And do I get
Alright.
something over time?
No.
Good point.
So back to Shang-Chi. You want to talk about just how you felt about it as a movie and anything else?
Well, it was shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was not a good movie as I had expected. The 4DX really didn't do it any justice. I think I would have enjoyed it more without being thrown around at 100% time of the movie. Yeah. So, I don't think the writing was good. I don't think the plot was good. I don't think the acting was wonderful. It was above average, I guess. I liked the CGI. The CGI was really good, but like that's just the way it is with people who have money. If you have money, you're gonna have good CGI, and if you don't, then you're probably just really stupid. So I liked that. The music wasn't very memorable, so I don't remember it at all. So sound design was and yeah, that's about it. What I liked was the CGI. That was really cool, and the rest was just not good.
Yeah, I agree. The production value is like through the fucking roof, but at this point with Marvel movies, it kind of has to be. It has like Disney money behind it. If it didn't have the production value, this would be a fucking nothing movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally wouldn't exist. Half the movie is like looking at CGI or impressive like cable work or whatever.
Yeah, the camera work was very average too, honestly, for a Marvel. Well, Marvel movies in general are pretty, normal when it comes to camera, just because they want it to be generic, I guess. So,
but this is a good time to bring up my favorite thing that happened in the entire movie. About halfway through,
okay,
the movie started putting out fog.
Yes.
And when it puts out fog, it makes a sound like it's dispensing fog, and it's really loud. Now, normally this isn't a problem. It dispenses a little fog. You hear the like loud, fog releasing sound. It just sounds like a gas leak, right?
Yeah, it just goes psst, like that.
Yeah,
like psst.
But loud. And normally that's not a big deal, like I said, because it releases a little bit of gas or fog or whatever, and you're like, whoa, cool. The only problem is the gas started and then it didn't stop.
Like in the middle of the movie, it just started.
In the middle of the movie was just going. No one monitors the movie theater, so no one has any way to know that this is happening. So the wind just keeps blowing, and the machine runs out of fog. It can't make any more fog, so there's no fog coming out. It's just making the psst sound. And we all just sit there watching Shang-Chi with fucking wind blowing for 20 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, for 20, and you can't hear it. You can't hear the movie very well, because try talking like the movie and I'll do the fog.
Shang-Chi, we gotta go to the place. There's a dragon over there. We gotta get to the dragon.
Couldn't do the fog anymore. I ran out of breath. Yeah, but that's the experience that we had for approximately 20 minutes, and after about like 5 minutes of the fog, you kind of go, this ain't right. Wait a second.
I knew something was wrong right away almost. I was like, this isn't like an effect.
I have no
Uh,
clue when I realized.
but about 10 minutes, no, maybe earlier, maybe like 7 minutes, someone gets up and leaves the
It was
theater,
the
and
guy
we
in
all
front of me. It
suspect,
was the guy who kept laughing.
okay, that was the laughing guy. He got
Yeah.
up, and we were like, oh, he's gonna go get a manager or someone who can stop the wind. And he's gone, and then we see him come back, and we're like, perfect, the wind's about to stop right now. And the wind doesn't stop. And the guy sits down and keeps watching Shang-Chi. And another 10 minutes goes by, and another guy gets up and goes, fuck this. He doesn't say that, but I can tell that's what he was thinking. And he goes and he gets someone. And finally, they stop the mist, and I wasn't sure whether I should clap or not.
Yeah,
but I
and then
didn't.
the guy behind us, he says this in Czech, but he's like, fucking finally! Yeah. And at that point, I realized, oh, I guess that wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was not normal.
Yeah.
But that was my favorite part of Shang-Chi.
Yeah, that was really good. I really liked that. The hilarious part to me was that everyone just kept watching as if nothing was happening.
Everyone ignored it.
Yeah,
If I spoke the language, I would have gone and done it much earlier. But I don't speak Czech, and we were at a Czech movie theater.
Yeah, I kept thinking about it. I kept thinking, like, should I go? But then I didn't want to miss the 4DX action, you know? So.
Right. All right, so let's do a wrap up. I already have an idea of how I want to describe this movie in one sentence or two.
Okay.
Do you have like a sentence or something you can use to describe the movie?
No.
Okay, I'll just give you mine. It's the one I told you on the night. It's that Shang-Chi in 4DX feels less like watching Shang-Chi the movie and more like being at an amusement park on a ride about Shang-Chi the movie.
For 2 hours.
For 2 hours. And then wind blows for 20 minutes. That's what 4DX feels like. It feels like you're at Disneyland on the fucking Star Wars ride and a clone trooper whispers in your ear and then shoots wind in your face.
And then a rat punches me in the back a couple times.
Yeah. And then a fucking Ewok comes behind you and punches you in the back of your seat and you go, fuck. And that's it.
Yeah. So,
all right,
overall
you ready for
rating?
Overall rating? I didn't know we were doing ratings. I don't know, like a 6. It's very average.
You're giving it a 6?
I mean, you can't look at like the CGI and the action sequences and think that those are bad. Because think about what like a 5 is. A 5 is like a bad movie with no good action, bad CGI or none.
No, 6 is above average. 5 is average. 4 is bad.
It is slightly above average. The CGI and stuff and the production value is high enough that it's above average.
Okay, well, with your logic, I'd give it a 5. I was going to give it a 4, but okay, I guess you're too nice.
I mean, you have to think about, there are some bad movies.
Well, I know that, but I'm basing it off of what I watch. I'm not gonna rate a really bad indie movie. Those aren't even worth rating if they're that bad.
But there are movies that come out in theaters that are like a 4 out of 10.
Well, yeah, I'd give those like a 2.
Okay, so you're a little harsher. I try to use the length. I try to flex the scale as far as I can.
I'm a little harsher.
Okay. Anyway, on to our next segment. It's time to appreciate some art.
Okay.
If you didn't know, Hare took an art class, and ever since then, we've all learned to appreciate art a little more, and Hare gets PTSD. And every time I see architecture, I say, is that Baroque? And sometimes it's Baroque.
Well,
so we're going to take a look at some art.
That's because like half of Prague architecture is Baroque or
half of the time
Gothic or Art Nouveau. That's what it is. 7 out of 10 is my average. You guys are like way too nice. You guys are way too nice.
That's what I'm saying. The scale is fucked up.
Yeah.
Because 7 out of 10 is very average for a lot of people. When I say I'm trying to flex the scale, I'm trying to, 5 would be if this was a perfectly average, whatever, nothing about it like impressed me at all. But like the CGI and stuff is pretty impressive.
Well, I already take 5 as impressed me a little. So 4 is like the one that really didn't impress me with anything, and it was eh. I
All right, because
guess.
5 to me would be like I watched the movie. It was extremely inoffensive. It was just like there was, I didn't hate it, but I didn't really enjoy it. Nothing really impressed me.
Hmm.
And then on the left side of that is like I don't like this movie at all. 4 is like not very interesting. I want to fall asleep.
Well, I did
So forth.
fall asleep, so.
Right. So I mean, 5 is pretty generous then.
Yes. Okay. Well, 5 for me then. And 6 for Rec. 6 for Bebop.
Okay.
It's pretty good. I would give
Alright.
a 3 or a 4 for a movie I don't appreciate like that. Okay.
It's time to appreciate art.
Time to
I don't
appreciate
have
art.
I don't have a transition for this one, so we're just going to use this for now. It's good soup.
So here is the painting. Bebop found this one. I didn't pick it. So here it is.
This is. Do you have the title?
Yes, I have the title right here. It is called The Death of Socrates. Socrates. I can do a little text in there, honestly.
Maybe move it up a little.
Of
We're kind of blocking a
Socrates.
little bit of the sides.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. Don't worry, I'm gonna do it. Don't worry. Don't you fret.
I just don't want to block the art.
Yeah, I gotcha. Here, I'm gonna do a little outline, okay?
Mhm.
Like that. And outline sign with 5. Is that good? Shit. Is that good? Fuck.
That's fine.
What about 10?
That's
10
fine.
sounds nice. So
That's fine.
I'm gonna do this, okay? So you want me to move it up a bit?
Yeah, and just a little bit. We're maybe blocking a little bit of the
Yeah,
sides.
okay. I'm gonna move it up a bit. Maybe I make it a little smaller too. Like that.
Yeah, maybe just make it a little smaller to fit in between the bookshelves. So this is The Death of Socrates. It's by Jacques-Louis David. I don't know if they know exactly when it was painted, but
1786, I believe. 1787.
Oh, there's an exact date?
Yeah, there's an exact date.
Okay.
1787 is when it was painted. It's neoclassicism, which is very funky because I don't know what the difference between neoclassicism and classicism is, because I wasn't taught that, and I don't know. But basically, I'll tell you the signs of classicism. So basically, classicism as a whole went back to antique art, and antique art is like Greece and Roman empires, basically. So you can see they have like togas and stuff. It's Socrates, who was a philosopher in was he Greek? Or was he Roman?
Yeah, he was Greek.
Was he?
No, he's Greek.
He was Greek?
So.
Okay. Athens. Okay. He was Greek.
Greece.
Yes. So, where was I? So that's that's the science, more or less. It's it's refined. You can see the details and shit. It's very different when you compare it to like actual antique art, because it's a lot better in shading and color structure. You had to learn all that
Funnily
stuff.
enough,
Yes.
Neoclassicism was born in Rome. Do you know that?
I didn't.
It's true. It's born in Rome. So it's a Roman era piece from the 1700s about a Greek man from 300 BC.
That's pretty neat. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So that's all for art appreciation. Just
Wait, I actually do have more to say about it.
Oh, yeah?
So
Go ahead.
so the funny thing is, Socrates, if I remember correctly, I did take like a bunch of philosophy back in high school, so I don't remember everything. But Socrates basically didn't have any books that he published or wrote himself. Everything that we have of him is because of Plato, which was his disciple.
Pupil.
Pupil.
Disciple?
I don't know.
Pupil.
Okay.
Pupil.
Pupil. So Plato wrote all of Socrates' thoughts and philosophies and shit, right? And in this painting, apparently there are like a lot of inaccuracies about what I read. Basically, the man in the middle, the man on the bed who's like preaching to everyone, that's Socrates. And one of the inaccuracies is the man that's sitting by his bed. You see that old man right there? That's apparently Plato, but during the time that Socrates died, he was actually a very young lad, and he's a very old man right here. So that was very funny to me. But the other funny thing was, and now I want to find the name, but I might not be able to. Oh, wait, there it is. Okay, so one of the guys, I don't know which one it is, honestly. But one of the guys on the right, the ones that are like grieving and whatnot, one of them is called Apollodorus, who apparently, according to writings, was sent home by Socrates because he was showing too much grief. But he is in the painting, so that was a
Probably fucking losing.
Yeah, funny little quip for you. I hope you liked that. That was very funny to me. That he was too sad, and so they sent him home from his fucking pre-funeral.
Good. No room for crying here.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out of here. Too sad, go home. We find out it's pronounced Socrates. Socrates, hey, yo, what's up? You got some beats for me?
Beats by Socrates?
Beats by Socrates. But yeah, funny stuff. That's more or less all that I really want to say about this. I think it's a nice painting, but I think there are also cooler paintings in the world. I'm not a huge fan of
some of them.
Classicism. Classism? I don't know what it is in English.
Neoclassicism.
Neoclassicism. Well, there's neoclassicism, there's classism, or is it the same thing?
They're different, apparently.
Yeah, okay. So, alright. Well, that's that. So, goodbye, painting.
Goodbye, painting.
Hello, Shang-Chi.
Hello, Shang-Chi. Might want to get rid of the text as well.
Yeah, you're right. Let me...
Otherwise, our scene looks very dramatic. Looks like we are titled The Death of Socrates.
Oh, shit.
This is what it looked like.
Oh, fuck, wait.
Socrates was in his philosopher room with his Shang-Chi poster on the wall. And a hare was there. Oh. Okay. That's a little better. Yeah, Socrates got gremlined.
Oh my god, he was in Shang-Chi? Was he the old man that had the bow?
No, he's in the background. He's a background character.
Oh, I see. Never mind then.
They credited him on IMDb though. You just have to scroll down a little bit.
Oh shit, Socrates? Damn. The one that died?
Yeah. He didn't really die. He moved to San Francisco and changed his name to Sean.
Oh, like Tupac?
Yeah, like Tupac. Tupac moved to San Francisco and changed his name to Sean.
Oh my god. That's really epic.
Works at Starbucks now.
Damn, Sean from Starbucks is Tupac? Shit.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck. I see him all the time. I talk about his wife Cheryl a lot.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Okay. How's she doing?
She's alright. She's got some bunions, but you know.
Oh, they had another kid, right?
Yeah. Mia? The one from Resident Evil?
Oh. Huh? They gave birth to a fictional character?
Yeah. It's a world out there, bud.
Huh. Okay. I mean, wait.
Could you, like, not judge right now? You're being
Wait,
really
no,
judgmental.
wait. Where's Shrek?
Huh. I do wonder,
D-
where is Shrek?
Where?
Oh,
Does anyone know? What?
there he is.
Wait, there he is.
No,
There he is.
I'm glad. I'm glad that he is there. And I'm
Okay.
happy that we
All
know
right.
now.
That's good.
Okay,
There he is.
I'm glad. I'm
At
glad.
least we know where he is now.
Yeah, it's really important to know where your Shrek is.
So you got anything else to add? Anything you want to do? Say?
Oh, I thought you had more stuff to do.
No, I mean we're approaching the 2-hour mark. I figure it's a pretty good length for a podcast, I feel.
Poggers. That's what I
Yeah.
have to add.
Big
Poggers.
Yo, is Shang-Chi following me right now? Did Shang-Chi just follow me on
Shang-Chi,
Twitch.com?
thanks for the follow.
Oh my god, Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, thanks for the follow. Shang-Chi, thanks for
Shang-Chi.
gifting 10 subs.
You know that every time you play that sound, my brain is wired to think that someone followed me?
I know, that's why it's funny.
Okay.
You want to do closing pitch?
Yeah, okay. Do you want to start?
Sure, I'll start. Closing pitch is both a play on baseball, which I knew Hare didn't even know, but I thought it was funny and it made me laugh. But also, it's a little segment right before we end where Hare and I can talk about a thing we like and just kind of give it a little pitch and recommend it to anybody who's watching. And that's the whole thing. My closing pitch for the first episode is going to be incredibly basic. I am named after Cowboy Bebop, the anime. If you haven't watched it, please watch it. It's very good. It has incredibly shaped the person I am, which sounds incredibly corny, but it's true. It has really cool characters who seem very surface level at first, but that's kind of like the entire trap they lay for you, and they use that to reel you in and reveal that obviously you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. It has a really beautiful world that is just based on the Milky Way as a whole, but the way that it kind of explores it and visualizes different planets is really cool, and I really love it, and its aesthetic and the music in it as well. And that's it. Go watch Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. I still need to watch it.
Yes.
We started watching it together, and we got to like episode 6 or something, and we never finished it. Makes me sad every day. Anyway, my closing pitch is, I talked about this yesterday, and I know it's really popular right now, but I think it's popular for a right reason. Squid Game. I really liked it. I finished it earlier today. It's really nice. There are some concepts that I'm kind of upset about that they didn't explore, but at the same time, they only get, so much time in an episode, and I think it's really neat. It's like if you've ever seen Battle Royale, or even kind of like the Hunger Games, I guess it's got this like post-dystopian feel, even though it's during our time. It's really cool, especially if you like something horror-esque. It's not quite a horror, it's more like a thriller drama, but there is a lot of blood and stuff, so you gotta make sure you're prepared for that. It's a Korean show on Netflix that came out a couple weeks back, and I think it's really good. You get to learn a bit of other cultures. Unless you're Korean, you know everything. I didn't know many of these things, so it was really neat to watch. I liked it. I liked watching it. I liked the concepts. I think the sets are beautifully made. That was a thing that I noticed immediately. That was really nice. And I think the games are cool. I like the relationships between characters, at least the main characters. Because then there are some not quite main characters, but they're kind of important, that don't have that refined relationship, but that doesn't matter really. I would give it like an 8.5 out of 10 if I had to rate it, which is very high for me. So I very much recommend it if you like this sort of stuff that's like a game of life, more or less, And everyone's into it right now, which is also, that's a plus for someone, that's a minus for someone. But you could, find people to talk about it with right now, especially. So go watch it on Netflix right now. And that's it.
Well, okay. So
Let's
basically, that was Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
And it's over.
And it's over.
We can stay and do more talking if you want, but this is the end of the podcast for if we want to cut it later. If not, then it is still the end of the podcast part. Bye.
Bye. Wait, should I raid? Should I end the stream?
I mean, you can sit around and talk if you want.
Oh.
As like a post podcast.
Oh, like a post podcast? Okay, so this is the post podcast now, episode 1. This is the intro.
No episodes.
Episode 1, post podcast. Okay, so basically, this is post podcast, episode 1.
No.
Thank you for a podcast. Thank you for listening, dear viewer, that I have no sort of feelings towards, positive nor negative. Just kidding, Doodle. You're around. I watched the trailer and it gives me Kaji vibes. It's a good show. It's a good show. I like it. And I like, fuck, what's his name? Bebop? What's his name? Ito guy from Japan. Ito Junji? What's his name?
Ito Junji?
No, Junji
Ito?
Junji Ito? That's the one. It sort of kind of feels like some of his work. Sort of, very kinda. Not quite, but sort of kinda. So round. Everyone has been talking about Squid Game, and I thought they were talking about the Splatoon 3 announcement. A lot of people seem to have thought that. Yeah, I saw it on Netflix for the first time before I heard anyone else say Squid Game. So, I didn't get trapped in that web. Yeah. You okay, Bebop? What are you looking at? What are you squinting for? With soup.
Good soup.
Good soup. Drink my orange juice.
You want to show all the sounds I have on my board right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. We have good soup, of course.
Of course.
Burger.
Mm-hmm.
A motherfucking, damn, ham, a fucking
Sandwich.
Sandwich.
It's fucking morning.
It's fucking morning.
It's fucking morning.
Poggers.
No.
Of course.
Chimp slap. Must be.
Yeah.
Chopper's doctoring.
Chopper's doctoring.
Chopper's doctoring.
Just in case you forgot.
Yeah.
Gago.
Dream it. Don't.
Have you ever had a dream that you?
That's enough of that one, but that whole thing is there.
Hi, Spirit. Hello.
Rat.
Is that the Hololive one? Oh.
It's the original.
Who says
It's
it?
the OG. Pekra.
Pekra.
Just the whole thing.
Okay. Rat.
I like it.
And then one more time. The transition for real or fake Digimon.
Thank you. Is that all of them?
That's all of them right now.
I
If
love
anyone
them.
has suggestions for a funny sound to put on the little board, feel free to tell me.
It's gonna be great. Break my neck. Can you break your neck? Oh, you're too fat to break your neck.
I'm so strongy.
Yeah, you're too strouchy. I'm not. My body doesn't move with me unless I do like this and it kind of stretches. And my ears get like wrinkly. You see that? That's really weird. I wonder why that happens.
I don't know.
Frog
You're not
screech?
supposed to reach those limits.
Doodle wants a frog screech.
Which one?
The one that goes.
Why?
Yeah. I hope. Oh, no neck? That's
There
really
you go.
sad. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't. Can you you can that's no that's no that thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. The desert frog one? That's like a tiny squeak. Oh, just the okay, never mind. Not the re. Just the just like that.
Okay, okay.
For the new sounds, I wanted to share one good Abe Odyssey or Gumboy sound. Okay, share them, share them,
Okay.
share
Go
them.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Give me your Abe Odyssey sound where he goes, follow me.
Follow me.
Okay. And he goes, sorry.
Sorry. Follow me.
Sorry. Follow me. Okay.
I like when he farts and then he laughs.
Hee.
I need to cut them. You're okay. That's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry about it, little foxy. We should get Papillon in here.
Yeah, get the whole Papillon.
Le papillon. C'est le faillon.
What if I just get that part? Just that part.
Yeah, what if? Oh no. What do you mean, Grash? What? Why no? It's a good part. Please don't.
It's the best part, arguably.
Why don't you guys like the song? It's wonderful. And he gets ham for a wing.
Kuro sings it.
Yeah, girls sing it like all the time, and now you're saying yon 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 yon. Come on.
I mean, Kuro sang the original.
Yeah, Kuro's saying the original too, and now you're saying no?
And now you don't want it? Now you're too good for it?
Oh, you love it? Okay, well that's good. We've never finished the little Skrunkly song either. That makes me sad every day. Every day Skrunkly goes unappreciated, I die a little inside. I just say yon yon
Every
to sing
day.
along. Yeah, okay. So, how can you be ashamed of your own work, Kuro? For real. I think we have to decide, are you team apple juice or team orange?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
You see what juice I have over here?
No?
Huh? Apple.
I'm blind. Are you assuming that
I'm
I
sorry.
can see?
Are you assuming I can taste apple juice?
Yes.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
You may have COVID.
What?
What? Team Orange? Oh, Kuro's on my side, but Doodle's on yours though. I still in story for 20 minutes. It is now engraved, buried in my once upon a time peaceful mind. Team Orange? I got Graj and Kuro on my team? Fuck you.
Their French doesn't count.
They're... So you have something against the French now?
Yeah.
Or have you always had something against the French?
Always.
Oh my god, but Doodle's American, so she doesn't count either.
Huh?
Yeah, she's only siding with you. Because,
No.
well, but that was my only argument though. Okay. They count double? What? No, I just like apple? Yeah, okay, Doodle, I'm on to you, you little racist. I'm on to you.
Huh?
Huh? Oh,
Talking to me?
Yeah, sure. It's green like me.
Talking to me.
Doodle, can you see colors? Can you see what picture? Can you see what color the
They
orange?
have green. They have green apple juice.
No, I know. But can you see the apple juice that people? I'm
You don't know
racist
what it looks
against
like inside of the box.
It's orange. It's orange inside the box. Apple juice is orange.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Not.
Fish green apple. Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about that one specifically. Visa green juice. Shit, you got me. You got me. You got me. You got me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I never should have assumed the color of the apple. Does that mean I need to make a tweet longer apologizing?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it. I think it's only right to admit my own faults and mistakes and let people know. I think
Come on,
that's
then.
okay. Oh, okay. Right now?
Yeah. Draft it up right now.
Oh, okay. Anyway, buy my merch. Did I do it right? Did I do the YouTube apology thing right?
Il y aura un joli papillon.
I'm surprised your popsicle didn't completely melt during the stream. Don't worry about it. It's a little popsicle. Hair merch, boulder
It
at
can't
shaving.
melt.
Boulder at claws that I cut.
Mm.
That's okay. It's about time. It's about time.
You had a good run. It's time for you to fucking go.
Okay, goodbye.
That's what this gun is for.
Oh.
Are you well?
You know, my fucking sandwich.
Motherfucking
Motherfucking damn
damn.
ham
I am
fucking
sandwich.
He almost had it when he
So
just
close.
said when we just said ham.
It's so close.
He was so close the entire time. It's so far. At the same time, still.
I'm all fucking
Oh, fucking shit. Damn.
ham fucking
Alright, okay. Ready to end?
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm going to raid someone. But thank you everyone for being with us today for the first episode.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll see you again sometime. I'm not sure when the next episode will be. I don't know when this raccoon will want to do this again. But
Who knows?
yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. Definitely at least one more time, maybe.
Yes.
Okay. Well, again, thank you very much. I'm going to raid now, so be nice. Beep. Boop. Thank you again. Say goodbye, Bebop. Oh my god.
Goodbye.
Alright, Yoga Wreck. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.